and welcome back to the channel. I hope everyone is having a great day. So we're going to go ahead and continue with our collective reads. This will be for all signs, which means it may or may not resonate with you in your personal situation. If it does, take what resonates. If it does not, leave the rest for those that it applies in their personal situation. Y'all, we got to talk about this energy out here, y'all. I've already uploaded a couple videos to really tap into this energy, but still more is coming out. This moon in Scorpio energy is not playing. So whether you're a Scorpio dealing with the Scorpio, or this is simply Scorpionic energy, we are dealing with the energy of the person behind the person. And that's about the downloads I'm getting, because y'all is about to get deep. What it's about to get into is some spiritual warfare. But collective, I'm hearing you're a spiritual gangster. Pull up a chair. Let's dive in. Y'all, I got so many downloads. You want to know why? You're around a false twin flame. Something is happening spiritually. Whatever this is, it's big. All right. Do you recognize it, collective? Something is going on. All right, collective, because I've got a lot of downloads. I literally had to write them down. I'm hearing like you are like on like a new timeline. So as you move to a new timeline, a timeline behind you is collapsing. If you broke up with somebody, you left friends, family, people at a job, whatever, their timeline is collapsing. It's because they missed out on whatever was going to elevate them. You see what I'm saying, collective? Whatever it is, I've never seen like people move on from you and like they like mistreated you and did you all types of harm and they ended up doing better. Never seen it. Especially with high level commitments. That's what I'm getting. Some false twin flames screwed up by trying to screw you over, collective. Somebody is the person behind that person. Because the downloads I'm getting, it can be possibly two men. I'm getting a lot of like strong masculine energy. Like it's very aggressive. Let me tell you the downloads that I got. And we're going to dive in to try to clarify this. First of all, I'm hearing psychic boss, but you, my friend, are a high level psychic. So this might be dealing with people in the spiritual community, whether people know that you're spiritual, you practice some type of divination or whatever. I'm getting that you are a high level psychic, but on the other side, whoever that person is highly intuitive as well. I'm hearing like psychic warfare games. The download that I got was Shadowmancer. So I had to look this up to see how this applies to you. A Shadowmancer is an archetype, often a wizard or warlock, who manipulates shadows and darkness as a form of magic. They are similar to necromancers, using shadow-based spells for offense, illusion, and summoning, including creating shadow clones or controlling the shadows of others to dictate their movements. Y'all, this is the person behind the person. This person might be a Scorpio. Take the energy as it resonates. It says, often considered a specialized dark form of magic involving shadow manipulation, illusions, and tapping into their own shadow realm. It also says they act as damage dealers and use clones to absorb damage. Y'all, this is somebody who's like the person behind the person. You didn't know that this is like somebody who was being like put up to a task. Y'all, I'm also getting from some very specific downloads as confirmation of who this person could be. They might play racquetball. Somebody may own a German Shepherd. But I'm getting two masculines and the way that they believe. If whether you're masculine or feminine here watching this reading, I'm getting there's a whole like men or above women type of like dynamic, because the download that I heard is totalitarianism with strict enforcement. It's geared toward control. So if you're a feminine energy, this person must control the feminine. If you're a masculine energy, this is a feminine energy that must control the masculine. That's what they believe. I was telling you guys on my last reading, it's a difference in belief systems. This person might be somebody in their family. So this could be a mother figure, father figure, baby mama, baby nanny. This could be a head of an organization. This could be like a businessman, or whatever the particular situation is. Could be dealing with Masonic energy, because I also heard temple. Somebody may use or profit off of a Masonic temple. So they're getting profited off of. Users going to use people, including their own people. All right, collective. But I'm hearing same shit, different day. They're there to cast illusions, but what you don't know is that you're being put in like a Truman Show type energy. Problem is they didn't know that you were the key. Collective, you're the king. So you are a high level psychic. Somebody is experienced at spiritual warfare. All right, collective. You're a spiritual gangster. There is something about you that makes you the key. Let's talk about this. Why are you the key? I think you're the key. You're the key player. You were the key all along. It's like something that. Why do I get the feeling somebody's been searching for someone like you? It's like you're a diamond in the rough, collective. In the spiritual warfare. Did you know that you were in spiritual warfare with your ex, friends, family member, people at the job? They knew. They were looking for someone like you to play war with. It's their kind of game. Let's tap into this. Tell us more about these Shadowmancer people. Who are we getting? What collective? Seven of Cups jumps out right out. Told you they're illusionists. You literally expose the illusion. Collective, Seven of Cups in the reverse. You set your intentions, found your focus, and you made the right choice to dispel the illusion. Collective, I'm hearing that you're a spiritual gangster. Somebody thinks that they're a high level, Shadowmancer, or however this energy goes. Another the download that I got, it says they watch your intuitive thought process. Okay. This person knows that you are like professional, or your experience of seeing behind people's intuitive abilities. They are highly intuitive as well, so they know how to play the game. They just wanted an experienced enough player to play the game. Again, collective. I'm also getting a dynamic where these two masculines, they do these things with women, whether it's their mom or dad, whoever the particular people are. The two people, they play these games with people, not knowing that they're going to come up against the person that was going to beat them. Whatever this game is, you're going to beat both of them, collective, because you shattered their illusion. Their magic ain't magic in a collective. This is the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. This is somebody who is extremely materialistic. Download that I heard that they traded you for fame. This could be somebody who's in the public eye. Maybe you might be in the public eye. They traded you for fame. Somebody want like a level up. They're lazy. They don't put into a relationship. But I'm hearing this is the false person. If this is the false person, you shattered the illusion that they weren't the one for you. That's what somebody wanted you to believe. Collective, they were selling you out to somebody else. They were selling you out to somebody else for their own enjoyment, just so they could be lazy in a relationship. Like, ha, 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 I can abuse this person. There's like abuse tactics going on with this. I'm also getting a download. Somebody might be prior military. I'm hearing an elitist versus an artist. So this higher level person, whether this is like a high level person at a business, a hierarchy, a job, a family, or however, this person is the elitist. And the other person, the second person I'm getting in the energy, is an artist. That artist sold you out to the elitist for fame, being lazy, very, very materialistic, being like really, I heard like Aggie. Somebody's a whiner. Person's a whiner. Very shallow, very, very shallow, very surface level. They keep things simple. It's like they sold themselves out, which is very interesting how I'm getting, because they thought they were selling you out, collective. They went to a Queen of Pentacles in reverse, or this might be a Queen of Pentacles. The collective, this is the person. This is like a mother figure, a greedy, a pick-me person. This is the second person. They either went towards this person. This is their mom, their baby mama, whoever the particular person is. A Queen of Pentacles in reverse is the higher level person. Collective, I'm pulling the energy. Here you go right here. The Queen of Pentacles in reverse is lazy, greedy, materialistic, and they are a pick-me energy. So this might be like a son to a mom, right? A narcissistic mother who wants their son to give all their attention to them. They are the only person that they can be in love with. You got to pick me. Or this is like the baby mama, the other materialistic person. These people are like married to the materialistic world. Tell me more about this this dynamic. The download that I got, it says it's like their lifestyle. It's something like a high society. They use it to the point of exclusion, to like lower or other people. It's something to where they're like more valuable than anybody else. So that's why this energy of any type of supportive energy doesn't work, collective. What I tell you, Ten of Cups energy comes out. They hate love. They're spiritual haters. They're energy drainers is what I just heard, but it's offensive to them. So I feel like this is like people who want to target people who are full of love and full of light. This is a spiritual hater. This is this person who is literally, oh, you love my son. Oh, you love this person that I'm interested in. You just love. You're a loving person. I can't have them with that energy. No, they got to be materialistic. This is like somebody keeping somebody stuck. But collective, I'm getting more downloads. I literally had to write them down on a piece of paper. I'm hearing also somebody carries arms, like, they're actually carry around firearms or whatever. Collective, this is spiritual warfare. So we're talking spiritual here. So they may have arms or whatever, but I'm hearing you're a spiritual gangster. You disarm them spiritually. You disarm them. Something about this 10 of Cups, this unconditional love. This is like, hey, this is what it is. I feel like you're full of life. This is like despite this person not giving you what you want, you still love, you still move on, you still are showing that this person didn't do the thing that they were trying to do to you for fame. They sold themselves out. That's what I'm getting, collective. Tell me more about this Ten of Cups energy that offends them so much. Why do we have spiritual haters out here. I mean, obviously, I'm hearing a demonic contract collective. Strength reverse. They're weak as all get out. It exposes their weakness. Whoo, collective. Let's tap in. It exposes their weakness. This literally shows this fake mother figure, Hierophant reverse, whoever this particular person is, that they're weak and you're strong. Can't have that, collective. Can't be out here walking around saying that collective is this and that without all the things that we did to put them down, and they're not. That exposes them to be weak, right? This is strength reverse. These are people who are weak. They're vulnerable. They move in their urges, and they're very undisciplined. Very different dichotomy. Something about nepotism. Okay, so nepotism, like I said, very strong dynamics. This is somebody in their family. This is who they are. This high level society. They work towards like wealth or whatever to keep it in the family. So there's nepotism to keep it in the family. No outsiders are allowed in. Their ego will not allow them. Like I was getting on my other reading, something about your spirituality, your beliefs, whether this is an interracial thing, however you're different from them, their belief system is to where what you believe contradicts our entire life, their entire livelihood. All right, collective? Whenever they get into a relationship, they will be a strain on the relationship. Let's get another one to confirm this strength reverse energy. Talk to me about why is it making them look to be weak. All right, collective? Page of Cups reverse, because they're so immature. They give people fake love opportunities only to like level up with them so they can keep it in the family. I'm also picking up a download to where this Queen of Pentacles in reverse, whether this is their mother, father, whoever the particular person is, they like train their children to like prove Page of Cups in reverse energy, like their love or whatever. And it's like you always got to prove something to them, but these are the people who are like completely being dishonest in relationships because all they want is to take, to prove, and like validate themselves in their false life. This Page of Cups energy is connecting me back to this Queen of Pentacles reverse, something that this mother figure or Hierophant reverse person, whoever she is I'm hearing it's giving me like blame, like somebody is the reason why somebody is this way, whether it's their baby mama, and we're not giving nobody any passes over here, but this is the download that I'm getting. All right, this energy of the Page of Cups reverse is somebody very immature, emotionally immature. Something about why this person this way is going back to this person. So maybe there's some trauma with their mama, okay, baby mama, actual mama, whatever the situation is. They always don't trust other people because of what this person did to them, what this person said, how they trained them, this nepotism. I'm hearing it stings if it shows. This person will never tell you this about them, why they're that way. The root of the problem is right there in their face, collective. Let's dive into this energy. I've got some more decks that I want to clarify with, because it's like the problem that they create in other people's lives is staring right back in the face. The root of it is right there, collective. There is something to do with why this is happening. There is, it's linked to I heard it's linked to your fate, collective. Whatever it is about you, you are meant for this. This is what you do. All right, collective, you're a spiritual gangster. I'm here. All right, collective. All right, so let me get, this is the Heaven and Hell Oracle that I'm shuffling right now. There's demonic energy out here. This is, I got card 49. The demonic energy that's going on is Crocel, which talks about ego and hatred. Collective, you see it. Ain't nobody make up a thing. These people hate in some kind of way. They hate what you believe in. They hate the color of your skin. They hate the money that you make. They hate the school that you went to. They hate the house that you live in. Like ego. This is who these people are, man. Whether they're high society or not, collective, they're not so high and mighty to look down on anybody else, because guess who's looking down at them? The Most High, looking at all their misdeeds, and that it's all their own fault. No matter how much they want to point the finger at you, collective, the angelic energy that was protecting you here is Vihuel, which talks about grandeur. Let's dive into this. I'm gonna put this over here because this is all what's going on with this particular energy. They create illusions in people's lives like they're the problem so they can validate their fake, phony, plastic lifestyle. Meanwhile, in the wake, they have a bunch of people who don't know that all this was fake. It was an illusion. Shadowmancer, you have been dispelled. Your magic is no master, for my Crouching Tiger frame, or whatever the move is. Y'all, the demonic energy of Crocel appears in the form of an angel. So twin flame, fallen angel. So yeah, we got this energy going on. He is a duke who appears mystically of hidden things, and he teaches the art of geometry and the liberal sciences. At the command of the exorcist, Crocel will produce great noises like the rushing of many waters, although there are none. He warms waters and discovers baths and was the order of powers before his fall. He governs 48 legions of spirits. Yeah. So yeah, this is like an organization, a family who has a lot of money, anything that's a threat to their money, materialistic. All right, collective. They're like, no, love cannot enter into this. We don't want love. We don't want all the happiness. This 10 of Cups is the happiest that you can possibly be, and you embody it. You are the walking example of what it means to truly love yourself. So, collective, you can't love nobody else if you don't love yourself, and you're the shining example of it. And I'm getting like these people do the most to like devalue, degrade, dehumanize, and you're still walking out here happy as can be. Not saying that what they did was okay. Nah, it's not okay. But is it going to bother you? No. This is the most that you can be happy. Unconditional love. You're actually content with where you are in life, not being like insatiable with like, oh, I got to get the next come up. I got to get the next come up off of somebody else's back, off of somebody else's work, after somebody else's relationship. These people will never be satisfied and they'll never get what they truly want to get. Doesn't matter, collective, because the angelic energy of Yuhil was protecting you. People born under this angel's influence have a sensitive and generous nature and are held in high esteem and distinguish themselves in literature, jurisprudence, and diplomacy. The Huyo overcomes sorrow and contrariness and provides your exaltation for the benediction and glory of God. Exactly, collective. I'm talking about like these people could have done the most to you to take things from you, to separate you from love and partnerships and everything, and here you come out with the very thing that they think that they have. They don't have love. They have users who are using them, and that's exactly the way they are. It's a very symbiotic relationship. There's a mom who can't get their son off their boob. All right, collective. Yeah, she don't want to because it's gonna and her take away the profits. They're scared that everybody is materialistic as them. That's why they hate. Haters gonna hate. They only got one job, collective. Maybe they only have one job. Let's see what's going on with the archetypes, because it's your energy out here. This is just pure energy, collective. This is who you are to your core. Like, you can't fake it. You can't change it. These people can't change it no matter what they try to do. All right, so we got some archetypes here. We got a destroyer, Uranus energy. So definitely Aquarius energy. That Aquarian energy is definitely like the energy of the destroyer, the energy of Uranus. It's half discipline. They're very disciplined in what they want, which is what they want to steal. The other half of Uranus is a destroyer. So the light attribute of the destroyer archetype is releasing what is potentially destructive, preparing for new life. You release this person. This is potentially destructive because their intentions are not yours. You see them, collective? And that's their weakness. All right, collective? That's exactly their weakness, because they move in the shadow attribute of a destroyer, which talks about intoxication with destructive power, destroying others' dreams or potential. And they got mad that it didn't do nothing. It feels like, collective, this is like the way that this is turning out. This has got playing a reverse Udo. Like the way that they wanted it to go, they wanted to destroy you, but it's destroying them. This is literally what I'm getting in the particular energy, collective. And we got a confirmation. Mother is the archetype that just came out, collective. I cannot make this up if I try. Whether this is their baby mama, their actual mama, they like this lifestyle. And they hate anybody else who doesn't agree with it, collective, but they only are in the life that they built for them. This high lifestyle is plastic too, collective. And it doesn't, I'm telling you, collective, it's plastic. Let me tell you the energy I'm getting, and I'm going to read this mother archetype. They got all the money, they got the titles, they got the cars, but they're never happy. That is the one thing that kills them. They're never happy. This unconditional love, it starts with being unconditionally accepting of yourself and what you have. Right? This is why they'll never get it. You represent something that they'll never get, because all that money, all that fame, it's tied to their destruction. I mean, they literally screwed themselves, thinking that they're going to try to screw you. Nah, the light attribute of a mother talks about nurturance, patience, unconditional love, joy, and giving birth to life. Living life unconditionally, uncontrolled by some control freak because his mama is controlling him, baby mama is controlling him. Nah, collective. They move in the shadow attribute of a mother, which talks about smothering or abandoning children, instilling guilt in children for becoming independent. These are their chains that they walk in. So we're definitely talking about double energy, all right, collective? So yeah, it's like their entire life is a reflection of their own failures. They're a walking failure. No matter how much they have, they will never be happy. And that's sad and unfortunate. That is not your life, collective. But we're dealing with this energy here. I'm going to dig into some more decks to clarify. Because I got some more. All right, we're talking about the shadow versus the light. So this is an awakening that this person avoids because they like the life and look collective. They're consenting adults. They can do whatever they want to do. So can you. All right, collective. We're talking about the shadow side of people, right? Your shadow side, their shadow side. There's a healing aspect, and it is your light. It is your love. It is how you give unconditionally, but you recognize not to give from a taker. You know. Hold on, let me go back to my downloads because I've got like more. It's connecting to this. I'm shuffling the shadow and the light archetype because we're going to dig into this oracle to talk about people's shadow versus their light side, because that's all this is. This is purely who you are, how you show up. Your energy just is offensive to them. They hate it. All right, collector? It says, it stings if it shows 3D fame, lost inheritance. So we might be dealing with that star energy. Heavy Aquarius is in this reading. It's like they sold themselves for 3D fame, but they lost their inheritance. It's something about their spiritual inheritance that they gave away for being like living this lifestyle. It says traded you for fame, and they're going to have to give it back, which is your inheritance, collective. Whatever it is, this feels very spiritual because, like I said, this is spiritual warfare here. And it says to make them have to meet me. Something about being afraid to meet their mom, their baby mom. Somebody's definitely afraid for you to meet their mom. What are we tapping into? Let's pull the shadow and the light. Let's figure out why this person doesn't want you to meet their mom. Why this person, like, their mom has got them on their boob, or like their mother figure. I don't care who this person is. This is a spiritual hater. Somebody lives a life of hatred. The life of hatred, and they pass it down to their bloodline, all to protect their money because they're afraid that everybody else is going to be just as nasty to them as they are to everybody else. Honey, these people live in a world of fear. That's why they will never be happy. They recognize what they do to people, and as soon as somebody else does it to them, oh, girl, shut up. All right, collective. We got the energy of sadness versus anger. We got planning versus destiny. And we got listen and advise. All right, so we got multiple archetypes here we got to dig into. So let's clarify the sadness versus anger. All right, card 22, and I don't feel like these people pity themselves. Let me just keep it 100 with you. I don't think that they pity themselves. I feel like they tried to act like they pity you, all because of what they lack in their life. Like you're a reflection of what they don't have. Says sadness and crying are often seen or portrayed as a weakness. Y'all, we got strength in reverse and page of cups in reverse. I'm trying to tell you. Whereas anger is often portrayed as a powerful and strong emotion. No wonder it's much easier to express anger instead of sadness. But the expression of anger is often just a shield to the underlying emotion of hurt. Emotions that are seen as less valid, weak, or even silly. Anger is often used as a protective wall between you and other people, a shield to avoid showing your underlying vulnerability. If you ever see someone becoming angry about something, you can imagine that there's a waterfall of tears hiding behind that expression. This card encourages you to look behind the anger in both yourself and others. When someone is getting angry and you can manage to change that perspective and view it as sadness, you can feel it become easier to help that person or resolve what they're actually angry about. It can help you to perhaps feel less defensive and help to resolve rather than escalate the situation at hand. Yeah, I feel like this is something that I heard they grew up on. Getting angry and just blaming somebody else, collective. It's all about projection. This mother, father, baby mama, whoever this is a narcissist in a toxic relationship with another narcissist. They were groomed to be that way. Collective talks about planning versus destiny. What am I talking about, collective? The download, something about being like a threat to somebody's destiny because they were planning to have you with somebody else. Look, collective. And it talks about like what their inheritance is versus what the actual inheritance is. Spiritual inheritance this is. You see what I'm saying, collective? If planning and destiny were sitting on each side of your scale, which one would weigh over? Are you comfortable with that? Some people believe that everything is destiny and nothing ever turns out the way it shouldn't. And if we think it does, it was for a reason or a purpose. Sometimes, no matter how much we plan or wish for something, it doesn't come true, or it comes true in a different way than we expect. If you're planning with your feelings, thinking about what you would like to happen, what you would like to achieve, what is, but sometimes life has a different plan for you, and your own plans might be swept away in an instant. It might feel painful and turbulent in the moment, but you will come to realize later that it could have saved you from making a mistake. It will not be obvious at first, but you will never see it if you keep looking away and focusing on what you missed out on, collective. I feel like these people like live this life of projection and anger. I heard violence. Okay, hopefully, that violence did not impact you, but like whatever they're planning, it's like they're wishing for something that never happens. That's what I'm trying to say, collective. Whatever this lifestyle is, they keep it up. Look at these two people looking at each other. It's very insulated. Like whoever you are, it's never going to like penetrate, because that's not the way that they were raised. Talks about advice and listen. Let's talk about that. Depends like who they listen to. Are they listening to themselves or listen to somebody else? Do they believe what somebody said? Do they buy the lies that they believe themselves? You see what I'm saying, collective? When someone is experiencing hardships, we often like to offer our support in the form of coming up with solutions for them. However, this rarely makes them feel any better, and likewise, if you're having some issues and people try to suggest solutions, you might feel agitated. Know the feeling? It's because deep down inside, you already have thought about different solutions, you already know an action you will eventually take, but right now you just want to let the painful emotions flow out of you to relieve the pressure and release the pain. For the pain to go away, you want to feel heard. You want people to understand what you are feeling, and you need your feelings to be validated in this vulnerable situation. And the same for other people too, right? They might not want to hear your advice right now, but they might just want you to listen. Collective, look, I feel like maybe you might have talked to this person, told them what was going on. This person is bad for you, or whatever, collective. They don't want to listen. They're like demonstrating their vulnerabilities and weakness. They decide to do this on their own. This is a power in itself here. When people can't like self-regulate, they can't handle whatever they got going on, whether they choose to listen to other people, they chose. You chose you. That's what's going on here, collective. All right, let's go ahead and get one from, this is my deck here, the Soul Mirror. Does this talk about soul contracts, collective? I'm hearing that you're pouring into yourself, and you should, because somebody or some people, the way that they pour into themselves is money, materialism, abuse. All right, collective. But going back to my downloads, and this is, I'm going to make it all the way down to the end of my list here. It says that whoever this person is, they're afraid to let you meet their mom, or their baby mom is afraid of you, or whatever the situation is, collective. It's a heretic. All right, collective. That's the reason why they're hiding the truth. Somebody's a heretic. They literally are a spiritual hater. They hate your spirituality. They hate your belief system. Their hatred drives their life. All right, collective. I'm also getting downloads that says there are conditions on every level. Something about love being conditional. If you can't do something for them, they're not going to requite the love. If you can't, hey, I have this title. Do you have that title? You can't have love for me. This person has a very superficial way to get and receive. It's a bartering system. This is not love. These people like sell each other out so they can get whatever they want. All right, collective. I'm hearing new levels, new devils. Well, whatever it is, collective, that's their lifestyle. That's the way they live it. And that's why they'll never, ever have the one thing that they're chasing, which is love. All right. But they target people who have this love so they can try to get something off of you, collective. Something about dysmorphia, which is interesting that I got that download, dysmorphia. And like you like body dysmorphia, right? Somebody has like an irrational, like mental disorder, and so much so that they can't stop looking at the flaws in themselves. Like this is a projection. Like this is what I'm getting from this Page of Cups reverse energy. They can't stop looking at the flaws in themselves, so they look at the flaws in other people just so they can, you see what I'm saying, collective? And my last download, it says they wanted you to be the exception of the rule, but don't get it twisted. Not the exception of the rule to like, all right, I love again. No, they wanted you to be the exception of the rule to prove that they can successfully manipulate you. All right, collective? Yeah, no, let's talk about the soul mirror. What is the truth? The eyes are the window to the soul. Something about this person's eyes. They might be black. Somebody definitely has a black soul. This is hatred that what I'm pulling. Whether somebody's very active politically. There's somebody who's also really passionate about history. Like history, things that may have happened in history. Like somebody may be a historian. Somebody protects like statues. I'm getting that very specifically for somebody else. All right, let's talk about the soul mirror. The eyes are the window to the soul. Let's see what's going on with these people's soul. All right, collective. We got sadness, collective. This keeps coming out. This is 2 confirmations of sadness. You can't be sad when you're a user, abuser, manipulator, and a thief. This is somebody who doesn't understand what it takes to love because they're stuck at not loving themselves. They abuse people to feel better, collective. Talks about defensive and listening, collective. I'm going to keep that there because we already pulled that energy. But this is 2-time confirmations. This is how you know, and this is a confirmation that other people's issues don't have nothing nothing to do with you. The way that they are is not you for you to internalize. They are already internalizing it enough. Okay, collective? They're their own worst enemy dealing with this particular situation. I want to go ahead and get another one so we can really understand what this is. It's awareness, foolish versus conscious. That's the true energy, collective. So regardless of what this person is sad about, your awareness trumps their foolishness energy. All right, collective? You being conscious and you being aware that you are valuable. Too valuable to allow yourself to be victimized or to be traded for someone who does not appreciate the soul. Or these people don't have souls. It's very soulless behavior. All right, collective? But again, collective, your energy does not feel like you're not afraid. You're not afraid of these people. Damn right. All right, collective? It says meditating is a discipline that trains your mind to be quiet in the constant noise and distractions of the outside world, enabling you to access unchanging truth of your being. Take some time to bring your awareness inwards and listen to the whispers of your inner being. By intentionally creating an attentive environment, you allow yourself to be fully present and open the voice of your inner consciousness. Now move with your awareness to the external world and observe what is being shown, as this is a direct reflection of your inner self's expression in your world. This observation presents an opportunity for you to unravel a knot within yourself that no longer serves a purpose. Embrace this chance to heal. It's an opportune gift. Your soul is now ready to be revealed to you as you embark on a journey of spiritual growth and expansion. Our presence on earth serves the purpose of spiritual growth. You're learning and experiencing this in a 3D reality. It's a privilege to grow and evolve alongside others as we learn from the reflections of the earth's realm that it provides. Our connections to ourselves and each other is bound by the loving grace that unites us all. Collective, and I'm gonna round this out with the download that I just got. So this is really gonna unpack it and really put it all together as a confirmation. All is well. I just heard all is well. Whether this is a twin flame dynamic that decided to stay with friends, family, baby, I don't care who it is. All right, collective, all is well. Because when it comes to this particular energy, you learn something that allowed your level up, which is very interesting because they do the same thing to other people. Whether this is twin flame, false flame, Hierophant, reverse collective, you leveled up off of them. All is well, collective. That's going to go ahead and do it for this particular reading. If you do like this content, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And until the next time, bye-bye.